is something that's old, but here we go again. He got fined $75K for a gun gesture. You know, everybody's doing this now, and this too, and this, and they lucky they ain't in LA. This shit is like getting out of hand. This gang, Big U somewhere and just turning his like his stomach turning. Big U, man, like
all the basketball guys
somewhere. We know where he is.
Well, we do. Twin Towers. All right, but and then Pazinski, he did an hour later. He did the same thing, a little different gun, different caliber, but still black,
22,
and a little 22, and no punishment. So people, we know Ja got his history.
Yes.
But the point is this something that we're like he's getting targeted and
you brought it on yourself?
He's been warned.
He's been
many times by
the
fair
commissioner.
punishment.
Suspended.
Targeted.
He's been warned. I wouldn't even put my hands up.
Thank you. Run back down on defense.
I'm not doing
slingshot,
Nothing.
Not a slingshot,
nothing.
Not a water gun.
Not a water gun.
I'm going like this.
Don't even say good.
How? Okay.
I'm going like this if I make a three.
Okay.
I disagree.
If I make a three, I'm going
I'm
like this.
listening.
Silent like
Yes,
lasagna.
like lasagna. You're a baby G now. You can't even say good.
You can't even say
Just Blaze is gonna say something because he just said
I
he
disagree.
disagrees, and I disagree too. But I'm listening.
Yeah, I think this is being dramatic. Like, he's not holding up a real gun. I get his first situation. He's in the club with a gun, an actual gun, all that. That's a whole different scenario.
No, it's not. It's
It
tied
is,
to this
'cause
one.
this is
Just
because
let him do it, huh?
players been doing this. This is not something new. He's not the first to do it. He's not going to be the last to do it. So you can't pinpoint this one guy, but then you're letting it slide with everybody else just because he had a off the court issue with a gun.
That's the
like
reason.
More
no,
than
you
one?
can't do that because
More than
You
one?
can't.
No, you
when you're the
can't.
commissioner and you say you can't do that, then you can't do that. And that's what the commissioner told him.
Yeah, there were a set of guidelines we're going to
Yes.
abide by to
He
keep
shouldn't
you
do is
on
what
the
I should
court.
say.
And one of them, let's just be certain about, was you and guns, enemies. Be the best enemy ever to a gun in any perception or reality. I'm
I'm
of that.
assuming they did that, but
Yeah.
in that meeting they didn't say you couldn't make a gun gesture on the court.
Well,
because players been doing that, and that's why when he did it the first time, they didn't do anything. They didn't find him.
No.
They hit that 75 came when he did it like the next day or it was 2
Well,
days.
the gun
later.
got
He did it-
bigger too.
Well, they
Yes,
did,
and-
wait,
and-
they
and
did
guess-
tell him. They did tell him not
He
to
got
do
warned.
it.
After that, they said
and then
don't
he did it in
do
the
it.
first 3 minutes of the next game.
If I'm him, like now the older me says, don't do that. That's dumb. But if I'm him, I'm like, I'm gonna do it.
Why?
Because you and everybody else do it. The guy,
Then they got nothing.
Buddy Hield did it to him. He did it in response back to Buddy Hield, and he's the one that got warned.
Does Buddy Hill have the history he has?
But
with guns?
that's what I'm saying.
Hey,
I get
hey,
y'all
he's
standpoint as
appealing
an
it.
older think, the older mindset. I agree.
Would
but
you appeal it?
If him, you said what I did. What?
Would you appeal it?
Yeah, of course, because
No.
you didn't hit
Terry,
nobody else with it.
Terry, talk some
hold on,
logic.
hold on,
into
wait,
this.
hit nobody else
You're
with
gonna
it.
be over here appealing and dry snitching. Hey, watch the clip of Buddy Hield on.
Well, no,
man.
it's-
Hey, watch the clip of Buddy
Well,
Hield.
no, I wouldn't say that. It's on film.
So
they-
you ain't got to say watch it. Just
Yeah.
watch a game.
Yeah, it's-
like
it's-
it's 19 shots being.
They showed it 20 times. Every time I saw him do it, they showed the same clip of Buddy Hield doing it first and him looking over to Buddy Hield and doing it back.
Yeah, but that's a
he did
really.
it after a shot,
but
which is a
it's-
common
he
thing.
done-
I want to hear
warned.
Terry go because I as much as I understand where you're coming from, that shows no kind of accountability,
Zero.
wherewithal. Like you just don't read. You're not reading any room, let alone the room you're in, if that's your response. But Terry, what you think first?
First of all, I'll say this is that like Ja didn't break any laws or any rules when it comes to his possession of a gun, especially in Tennessee.
Right.
So we're gonna get that set forward. On the flip side, he has got in trouble for. I mean, he did get in trouble for it, and he got sent a warning about his the gun play or whatever. So he shouldn't be doing that. I think that he has that defiant disorder thingy where people they thrive on being defiant.
Is that clinical? The
It is
defiant
now.
disorder
It is
thingy?
now.
No, if you Google it, if you Google it,
If you can Google it, it's
a
real.
thing. It is one.
Okay.
And I think he's getting off on that. Like he's
Yes.
he's showing he's a grown man and he's not going to be told what to do. But young fella, it's not worth it. These little fights he's doing, these points he's proving, is just not worth it.
And he's not understanding that private business is different than law.
Yeah, the
Like,
NBA is a privilege, not a right. So he
Right.
don't have the right. It's not a right to he can play the game.
It's not illegal to be late. But
if you late,
be late to the bus.
Right.
and see if you don't get
See how we gonna treat you, John.
Right.
We probably ain't gonna say shit, but then one day we gonna finally buck up.
Yeah.
So
He said
like,
himself, he doesn't care. He doesn't care. He doesn't mind being the villain of the NBA. AI 2.0. He doesn't care. Leave it at that. Accountability, fine. But he said himself, I don't care if I'm the villain of the league. I'm just going to be me. Authentically me. That's it.
Yes,
He doesn't want to be told.
and in
by
a weird
someone
way,
else.
that 75K, which after listening to you, can turn into 750K in terms of the authentic brand that he's creating. And like, yo, you are AI 2.0 in some other ways.
Fans love it.
As much as he loses,
fans don't
there's
love
some
it. Fans love
gains
it.
to it.
fans who are buying his jersey don't love it.
Here's the thing, too. You said private company. Even in a private company, you can't, if we're both employees, you can't make rules for me and then say that this employee don't have to follow
Yes,
those
you
same
can.
rules. No, you can't. 'Cause
In a
that-
private,
there's,
you
there's a
can.
prejudice.
No, that's called a prejudice and discrimination.
Right, exactly. You
That
get, you get
is.
sued for
Yeah.
that. See, again, you
But
don't.
there-
You,
you can.
hold on. You can't do that because you
Okay.
will get sued for that.
Okay.
So if I'm Ja, and again, I said, at this mindset being older, yeah, he shouldn't do it. But I also look at it in the standpoint of, well, you're not enforcing it with nobody else. You saw somebody do it to me and didn't say nothing to them. I do it, then you want to warn me and fine me.
But they've
if
already
I'm
told
him,
him
I'm gonna be
not
like,
to
oh, I'm
do
not
it.
listening to you. And that was his standpoint. Like, I'm not listening to this no
Strong
more.
point.
Because
The only loophole in your point is this. Because he unfairly, we can say, because it wasn't illegal, let's just say what it was. Whatever it was not promoting the brand in the most positive way. So they reprimanded him. Right. He signed on to a different regimen than everyone else in the
Yes.
league. A different protocol, different guidelines, set of
Yes.
rules. That will bound you into you can't do it, John.
Yes.
And this ain't the everybody got the ball and oh what? I got in trouble last time for the ball, so now I can't play. No, you can play. You just can't play with the ball and take it home anymore. Right. They can. They have returned all
Yes.
balls. You did not return. I should have said books, damn it. I would have been cooking with
That's
books.
what I'm saying. Like, you can't.
Yeah, he on a different
But
level.
we don't
Come
know
on.
what he actually signed off on
Yes,
in that.
we do.
In that.
Yes,
I think it was about a gun.
No, I think it was gun related, but stuff like that is just in the flow of the game. So I think it's
It's
different.
not. No, it's
It
not.
is.
No,
It is.
okay.
I'm gonna give you the difference. If I'm coming up the court and I'm dribbling and I just look at somebody and point the gun at them, that's crazy. If I just hit a big shot and I'm
point
doing
the gun?
this,
That's crazy.
That's
no,
crazy
it's not.
too.
Because in basketball,
It's the
that's
same
called you like a sniper. I'm a sharpshooter.
You're
People
right.
do that in basketball.
They didn't do
Not-
that 20 years ago.
Of course they did.
No, they
No,
didn't.
Yes, they did.
You
Not
never
this
said
gun.
that. You never.
Not that.
People used to shoot back in the day and be like this. That's the same thing.
But it's
I've
not
never seen
this.
it, buddy.
It's a learned
because it's a
behavior.
different era of how they do it, but it's the
Thank
same
you.
thing.
So how did they learn this from this? Hey, okay, corral John Wayne turning 10. Like how did they go
Right.
from this
and,
to this?
And he ain't the first one that been doing
Hold on,
this.
but
and
how
then-
did you
and nobody
go there?
got tried.
You got it. See, now you're doing what Matthew does. Answer this.
That's
How'd you
hilarious.
go from this to this?
It's called evolution.
That's
Like
It's
'cause
evolution,
just like people don't shoot muskets no more.
Time out.
They shoot guns are different now.
Lead with your weakness.
Different guns
It's
have
called a
different
learned
odds.
behavior.
I don't-
Why do people stop doing the Cabbage Patch and start doing the WAP?
'Cause we
Because
evolved.
you saw someone else do
It
it.
was evolution.
Yeah, okay.
think
I don't
things
even
change.
want semantics. Call it
the
evolution.
truth.
Somebody else did it. You learned to do it because someone else did it. You can't do that because you have done something no one
You
else has
got
done.
different-
Right. I'm glad he said that. No one chooses football. Football chooses you.
It's so crazy people still stuck in Pat Mahomes in the offense. I'm like, do you see these numbers? This is Marcellus Wiley on the rocks.